Welcome everyone. I'm Nudie, the host of the most popular podcast, and I'm very excited. Today I have Melanie Ray. She's the co-founder and CEO of Victorious Place nonprofit. So tell me, Melanie, when did you start this nonprofit?
Hi, my name is Melanie Ray. I started this nonprofit. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I really
of course.
appreciate being here. I started this nonprofit, I would say during COVID. I was wondering, what can I do? It can never be enough resources. And during COVID, I wanted to do a nonprofit to get in the community, and my daughter's forward Down syndrome, to bring awareness to with children with Down syndrome, and also do some resources for children to connect in the community. So we are a nonprofit for the arts. We have art, recreational activities, we have reading, we're going to be adding pet therapy and modeling as well.
Okay.
So we're based in the Columbia area, and our motto is, it's no hurry, no worry at Victorious Place, and the sky is the limit.
Okay, so here I have a pamphlet for the Victorious Place organization. That's really nice. So you said this stemmed from your daughter who has Down syndrome.
Correct.
And she's 4 years old, and she is a lovely girl. I did see her. She actually got to model at Victorious Place. What is it?
Fall Extravaganza fashion
show, which was really nice. I was a part of it. Thank you so much.
A model as well,
Yes.
And help with the children,
I was
the
a
hostess.
coordinator, but we're not here for you. We're here for you today.
Okay.
Well, again, thank you though. But it was really nice. So this organization, like you said, you added the fashion show. So you're a model.
Right.
Is that
correct.
what motivated you to start this fashion show? And how long have you been a model?
I would say it started when I was around in my teens. I would say I did like local hair shows, little small fashion shows, some print work, but I took a break, but I got back into it with my daughter.
So you said you started with hair shows.
Yeah, it started with hair shows.
Here in South Carolina?
Here in South Carolina. Hair shows, local hair shows, some print work. And how I got back into it, I wanted my daughter to kind of get her face out there, and I just started to model back with my daughter.
Okay.
Like a mommy and daughter type thing.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
I mean, you born and raised here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and do you mind me asking, what is your nationality? Because I know a lot of people probably ask you, you got the curly long hair,
Half Dominican,
Ooh, get out right now. Get out right now.
African American, and Western Eastern Indian.
Wow, that's cool. That's a mixture right there. Really nice. So you're also an author.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about, because she is the author of a book called Ruby Goes to School. Please bring that over here. This is Ruby Goes to School. And tell us how did this start? It's a very interesting story.
What inspired me to write this book was my daughter wasn't in school yet. She's in school now, so it was just kind of like I had to cut her from the umbilical cord. And I thought about when she did go to school, that she'd meet new friends. And what this book really in details is that we all are different in our own way, and we all are pretty much the same. So, we have a mouse in there that has autism. We have different animals with different disabilities. The elephant.
So who's Ruby?
Ruby is an elephant with one tusk. It's about an elephant with one tusk, and she's scared to go to school. And her mother tells her, there's nothing wrong with going to school. You're going to meet different friends. So when she goes to school, she meets nice friends with different personalities, differences, and really it's a good book. And you can find it on eBay.
Yes.
You can find it on, ebook. You can find it at Walmart online, Barnes & Noble online, and also KDP.
And when was this book published?
This might have been like last year, I would say.
It's a new book, okay.
Last year. I do have another book that's coming out. I just have to get it published.
And what's the name of that book?
My Sunflower Girl.
And what is that book going to be?
It's about Victoria. It's an imaginary book. It's about just doing, it's like kind of like a rhyming book, but using your imagination.
A rhyming book, really nice. So you have Victoria, she's your 4-year-old, so do you have more children?
Yes, I have a 14-year-old son. He's in high school named Caden. He was in a fashion show, and I have another son named Ethan. He is 12.
Nice,
yes.
Really, really nice. So I see that you're featured in 16 magazines. 16 magazines, people, that's insane. What year did you shoot your first magazine?
With everything happened this year.
16 magazine publications in 2022.
Everything happened. Well, maybe a couple. I would say last year, and then some.
Bring those magazines.
It added up.
You gotta see these magazines because this is amazing.
Here are the magazines, so it's all in the pudding.
Wow, guys, you see this? This is heavy. Like, wow, congratulations to you. That's really nice. So, Prestige, is this your first magazine?
No, my first one was actually called Melanie Magazine.
Melanie Magazine.
It's in here. Here it is, right here. And how this one got started. My daughter got featured on the cover.
Okay, this is Victoria.
It was National Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and so she got featured on the cover. And then our nonprofit actually got. It talks about the nonprofit Victoria's Place in there, and it has a whole page about Victoria and what she went through. She was a NICU baby. She was born early. She had feeding tubes, and how she's a healthy 4-year-old now. Talks about her. And then they also, this was my first publication. I didn't know I was going to be in the magazine. She got me sneak peek of me Marlon downtown. So this started me first, and I was just really so happy for Victoria. So and I was glad I was in it as well. But it's really to get our nonprofit out there. So this one was my first. It meant a lot to me. Melon Magazine.
So then we have Epic. This is the Prestige.
Now Prestige Magazine.
Legendary Model Magazine.
This is Prestige, and that's by Studio 3P.
Beautiful, nice, love the colors. And what is
and
this about?
This one is Social Shutterfly Magazine, and this is a nice magazine. Let me see.
Wow, guys, as you can see, you can put your mind into anything you want to do, and it's possible. You can do it. 16 magazines in 1 year. That is fabulous. And
this one I just got in called Higher Power, and it just talks about my nationality and what makes me a woman. Basically what makes me a woman and who helped me throughout. It just talks about.
So is this your latest magazine?
This is my latest magazine, and this talks about my grandmother was my strength, and she was one who told me to be independent, and you can learn by your ancestors and your roots.
Is she still here with us?
No, she lived to be maybe like 100 years old. She lived by herself too. She lived by herself.
Awesome.
This one is LaBelle. It's a really good magazine. They featured me. This was this year.
Wow. Okay, and then we have
Metro
the famous Metro V.
And me and my daughter actually was in this magazine as well. Metro B magazine is a good one. And we're kind of little on that one, but my daughter has a good page.
Wow.
And going back to LaBelle, that's Lola D.
I noticed that you have a lot of butterflies in your shoots. Is there any connection to you and butterflies? Yeah.
No, actually, no. But I do love butterflies, though.
You do?
I do love butterflies.
Everybody loves butterflies.
And I think butterfly, I look at my daughter as a butterfly. I did write a poem about a butterfly. And my daughter, had another daughter who passed away. So that is my butterfly. So I do love butterflies. And that's one reason every time I see a butterfly, I think of my daughter, or she's visiting me. I look at her as.
So before Victoria, you had another child that passed away.
Right, I had a daughter. She was stillborn. Okay. She had a rare disease called the vein of Galen, which was her heart was enlarged, and it's a brain malformation in the brain, which is a vein in the brain which is enlarged and made her heart pump overload, which the doctors gave her like 3 days. It was like Thanksgiving to live, and she actually was very resistant, and doctor apologized and said, well, she's resistant, we'll just see how it goes. And she made it full term, but her heart stopped. So carrying the baby, I was at risk for heart failure, but I just prayed to God that everything would be fine, and he kept me.
Yes.
And he has her now, she's fine. So
well, I want to tell you that you are a strong woman.
Thank you.
For you to go through that, and then you had another child, and she's here with
and
you.
And her name was Madeline, and Madeline passed away January the 15th, and I had Victoria January the 8th, a Monday.
Nice.
And so it was almost like She came back.
Okay. So we're gonna continue with these magazines.
Epic magazine, Lola D photography. Oh yeah, Epic. What?
Wow, twice. I see.
And LaBelle.
Was it twice or 3 times?
Me and Victoria were actually featured in this magazine. I thought this was a beautiful how they and it tells about Victoria and me and just a mommy and me.
Wow,
beautiful.
And this is Prestige Models magazine.
Another
again.
Prestige magazine.
This is great. Wow. How do you
Victoria
feel? Like,
was in Prestige.
How does this make you feel to be featured in magazines?
You know what? It makes me feel good, but you know what? I don't really think of it like that. I think of it as, really getting my daughter out there. I do the magazine work, but I really think the photographers
So, being in a magazine, is this something that you always dreamed of, or is this something that came along?
It just, you know what, I can say dreamed of, but I didn't know it was going to actually happen. Was I going to get a magazine? It was more like I was so focused on my daughter, but things just started happening good for me, and it started taking off, and I wasn't planning on it to be taken off the way it did, and yes, I am very happy with my accomplishments and my daughter.
So, as far as your education career,
yes.
Do you have any degrees?
Yes. I would say I'll start with my first. I have a bachelor in criminal justice.
Hey, I have a bachelor's in criminal justice.
Okay. And what led me to that, I was going to be a lawyer, but it didn't work. But it didn't work out. So I went back to school, got my master's in clinical counsel, being a clinical counselor. So I worked in the mental health field for 7 years in a psych hospital.
And this is all before Victoria.
Correct. All before Victoria. Oh. And then I worked as a program director and activity therapist. So I had a lot of jobs.
So it was in your destiny to be this big CEO of Victoria's Place.
And now I'm in school. I'm working on my PhD in human services. So I'm doing that. I'm going to teach with that. Everyone's like, what are you going to do with that? But I plan on being a professor and to help me better run my organization. Human services is what it is.
And what school did you graduate from with your bachelor's?
Benedict and Webster. And I go to Walden now.
Wow, you're currently in school now?
Yes.
Wow, right, to get your PhD.
3 more classes, and in my dissertation, and I'm also a life coach and a purpose coach.
Wow, you are definitely a very positive person, and you are inspiring. I love how you're so just passive, and she has a calm spirit, guys.
Well, I'm very passionate what I do, and I can't thank you enough for helping with the models in the fashion show. You came right on time. I know it was at the end, but you really helped walk with the models.
You have the flyer there? Should have a flyer. Should be mine. Yes, this was Victoria's Place for Extravaganza's fashion show that I was a part of. I was a model, and I was also the fashion coordinator. Okay. And I helped do choreography for the children. This is one of the flyers, really nice. It featured Josie Girl Extra. She's a 6-year-old model. She's a model and a fashion designer.
Correct.
6 years old, guys. That's amazing too. Lyrical Innovations, and also Hemline was a part of this, and Vanessa the designer was there. It was really nice. I'm so honored to have been a part of that.
And the video is on YouTube.
Yes, you can find the videos on YouTube on my page, my channel, Most Popular Podcast, and that's most popular in the number 1, and then podcast is there. It's also on my social media, Instagram. You can find me at Most Popular Podcast. And where can we find you?
Okay, you can find me. My IG is Melanie Ray 885, and also you can follow Victoria's Place, inc.com. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook as well.
Yes, guys, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit like, make sure you follow us, make sure you share. The awareness of Down syndrome is very important. This is beautiful what you're doing, an organization. So is this only for Down syndrome kids, or any other kid can be a part of this?
Yes, children with special needs.
Children with special needs
can be a part of Victoria's Place, and also the Buddy Walk.
Yes. So she does have a Buddy Walk, which is taking place November 6th.
We will be vendors out there. It will be at Saluda Shaw's, and more information will be on my website, victoriaspaceinc.com. About
and what time is that?
I know we have to be out there at 11 o'clock. I think it starts. Don't get me wrong, guys.
It is 12, on a Sunday.
It's on a Sunday, but we're gonna be out there at 11. So I would say maybe 11:30. Get out there, so you can get a park. And what the Buddy Walking details is everybody.
And what is the Buddy Walk about? What is
everybody pretty much come out to support children with Down syndrome all over the world. And what it is they do a walk around Saluda Shaw's. They have games, they have vendors with resources, They have free food out there, so it's free. And also the kids will walk around like one big circle. They call like the kids on stage to get like a medal in a bag, and everybody claps for them.
Nice.
And that's the Buddy Walk, and it's really a good place to meet people. So we will be out there.
Come out and network. Make sure
to support
you come
too. Yes.
to support.
So
have you been a school teacher before?
No, I never been a school teacher. But my parents are like educators, so
nice.
they have
Hey,
been,
Mom and Dad.
they have been, you know, in the education field, but definitely I've worked with children.
You work with children,
yes,
right?
at the ABA therapist for children with autism before. I had Victoria, but I had to let the job go because I had to take care of her.
I mean, at this point, with all these experiences, you're definitely equipped to become a professor. Guys, for those of you who don't know, a professor, some people think a teacher and a professor is the same, but it's really not. A school teacher teaches from pre-K, through 12th grade. A professor is a teacher, higher up teacher that works in a higher learning facility, which is a college or a university.
Right.
And after you get your PhD, you need a PhD, and you have to write a book. So, wow, look at you. So when are you going to be done with school?
I would say maybe 2 more years. I still have my dissertation to write. So,
Okay, right.
but I have like 3 more like harder classes, I would say. Research classes, that's the word I'm trying to use, to do. And after that, it's my dissertation, and then another residency, and so on. So it doesn't stop there. But this is something I did during COVID because I wanted to keep my mind going. And so everything has been really good. And
so what else is new? What else can we expect from you?
Well, next year we will do it. Everybody sent me messages and said, do the fashion show again, do the fashion show. So we will make it an annual event. We just want to see how good it good that it was.
The turnout
was really
nice.
Good.
Everyone was smiling. It was really nice.
The children are wonderful, and the beautiful part of it is we had children with disabilities with Down syndrome in the fashion show.
Yeah,
and then
this is a kid-friendly fashion show, guys.
And then we had regular models, but just for the regular models, we want to be a part of a good cause and to show the differences that, you know, for these kids to say they want to be a part of the fashion show. That meant the world because they wanted to, even the parents wanted the kids to be a part of it because they wanted to teach their children that everybody's different, but it's okay to be different. We all are different. That's what my book describes. And the bear in the book in the wheelchair is my daughter who passed away. Her name is Madeline. Mm-hmm. And also the giraffe in the book is a teacher, my 3rd grade teacher who
guys, I love this book. I'm telling you, I am obsessed with this story. I don't think, and I was a school teacher myself, and I don't think I ever came across a book like this.
And look, me and Victoria we are at the back of the book. It tells about me and Victoria, and it talks about the nonprofit
summary.
Right.
Wow. So, do you have any plans with this book?
Well, we'll be selling it at the Buddy Walk. So if anybody wants to purchase the book,
so what do you think about turning this book into a play, a movie, a show?
Wonderful. I'm glad you mentioned that. I do write short monologue plays. So producers, if y'all want to get in contact with me, DM me, please.
Yes.
Yes, that's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
That is one of my projects that I will be working on, a play for the book. So
very nice. I hope that this project do come about because I think all children around the world will appreciate this book or this a movie or a play, like you said. So, have you ever thought about doing like a reading?
A book reading. Yes.
A book reading.
Yes, that's what I would like to do. That's coming soon. A book reading. We'll probably get like 5 or 6 children, and then we're gonna post it on social media.
Yes, that would be wonderful to push the book out. And
correct.
Stuff.
Yes.
And how's the selling going with the book?
Yeah, selling is going really good.
Yeah, because I checked on Amazon, they're almost sold out.
Yeah, it's like 4 books left. I had to call the printer. So yeah, you get your books. I don't even know what's.
Yes, please. You can purchase them on Amazon.
And it's good for schools. It's, like she said, it's good to have in the schools. Yes. And also getting it in the libraries as well. So it will be in the libraries.
Books and what is it? Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. It's online though. Barnes and Noble online, Walmart online, KDP, and you can read the ebook.
Yes, Richland County and all boards of education in the United States.
Right.
You need to bring this book into the system and teach this book. This will help with not bullying. It will help with being
Correct.
kind, being nice, and playing together, and not feeling different or weird when you're around a child that has a disability. Because I think that is the case. Kids, you know, and I do understand why they do have to go to different schools, because a regular school may not have the equipment they need or the education, resources. But I think it's a great idea to bring everyone together.
Awareness, right.
Yeah, the awareness.
And that's what the fashion show did. It brought awareness. It was a good cause.
Yes.
We got a good social media attention with it, and the models were just excellent.
And you were also like in different, you did interviews for the fashion show, right?
Yes.
What channel you was on? I think it was somebody's channel.
WLTX. We did WIS. I did a podcast with Mimi and did a podcast with you.
Yeah, shout outs to Mimi and Talk to Me Tuesday.
Yep, and I did
Mimi?
a podcast. I did another podcast as well, the Talk to Me show.
Oh,
It's
okay,
really
nice. Yes, I think that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here we have 2 more magazines that she was featured in. This is how you say this, Libelle or Libelle.
Another Libelle, and that's the same one we went through.
Another one. So all these magazines are featured here, and they're from South Carolina?
No, these magazines are international magazines, and this one was, I had a llama.
A llama, guys. I need you guys to see this. A llama.
That was my favorite.
Who takes pictures with a llama? Like, this is, wow.
He was friendly, so it worked out. So, yes.
Beautiful.
So, you know, I love the 1800s, so I like the big dresses, that kind of stuff, Gone with the Wind.
Oh, okay, so that's what, okay.
That's kind of inspiration of what I'm looking for. It depends on what magazines want too.
So do you reach out to them, or do they reach out to you?
No. After I just
how do you get cats for a magazine? I want to be in a magazine.
No, I guess after I do a picture, then they reach out, I guess, to the photographer if they're interested in the picture.
Right. Okay. Really nice. Well, again, yes. I want to thank you so much for coming on my podcast. It was really nice. It was really nice meeting you overall. Like, we met, you know, we were both models. We were modeling for Vanessa the Designers, a Woman's Worth fashion show, art and fashion show. Yeah. And it was a pleasure working with you and working for you. And I really do hope that you do the 2nd annual fashion show.
And you'll be included in the work.
Yes. We're here in Columbia, South Carolina, guys. Make sure you follow her. She's on Instagram, Melanie Ray.
Facebook, yes, Melanie Ray 885 on Instagram, and Raymelanie.
So Melanie is your first name? Is that your real name?
Yes.
And Ray is your real last name?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
So Melanie is my first name, and on the book, Melanie Ray, and middle initial, my middle name, my grandmother is Ida.
And what is it?
Ida.
Ida?
Yes.
That is so Spanish. Like, let me tell you guys a little story. My second sister, because I have the sister after me and then the sister after that. So my mom wanted to name her Ida, and in Spanish is Ida. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you're not naming my sister Ida, because that name was just so old fashioned.
My grandmother, my great grandmother was 100, so that was my first name.
Was that your Spanish side?
That was gonna be my it was my mom's side, but that was gonna be because my mom's side is Indian, so Cheney was one of my great grandmothers. Cheney was her name. She was
No, actually, my aunt wanted to name her Ida, and I was like, we're not naming her Ida. So Nelly, the rapper Nelly, had came out. She was born in '99 at that time, and I was like, I really like the name Nelly. I was like, you know what? We're gonna name her Ida Nelly. And I added the S because the LYS runs in my family.
Now, who's Ida? Who named
my sister, and so we named her Ida Nellies.
Oh,
that's her
name.
name.
How do you spell it?
Ida Nellies. IDANELYS. Nellies.
Oh, wow.
Because all of the girls in my family have the LYS at the end, including my daughter.
Interesting.
So
very
yes,
nice.
Magalis, Idanelis, Frandelis, Nadelis, Yanelis, Frangelis.
Oh,
so, yeah,
wow.
So shout out to all my little cousins. Love you guys. And my sisters. But yes, thank you again.
And thank you for having me too. Really glad that I finally got to do a podcast with you.
Yes, and if you're interested in being a part of her organization, you know how to reach her.
Right.
And also, if you want to, any designers, right? If you're looking for any designers too for the fashion show.
And children boutiques, please reach out to me. We had a hard time kind of getting kid boutiques, so any kid boutiques want to be a part of such a good cause, please reach out to me. You can reach me on Instagram. And also Victoria.
And then your website. What's your website?
victoriasplaceinc.com.
inc.com.
Yes.
Yes, you heard her here. This is Melanie Ray. It's really exciting, guys. Make sure you follow me at La Dama Popular IG and also my YouTube channel, Most Popular #1 podcast. Again, subscribe, hit like again and again, share all the awarenesses. I really appreciate you, all of you, looking at us, and see you next time.
Bye, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yes.